What's up guys, it's Procust here. I'm doing my top 8 Zing deck profile. I came top 8 today, it was pretty amazing. It was the first time I ever played the deck and it was actually really fun. I went 4 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. My only loss was like to Lights 1 Rulers because I did not draw a monster. And my only draw was to Gigia because I didn't draw any monsters and it was just so slow. And and everything else I just was like random things. So yeah, I'm just going straight into the deck profile for you guys. Okay, so I'm playing the 3 Chia ones, the light ones, pretty much. This guy's the tuner. You can get this guy from your graveyard if a Zing monster is destroyed, and it just allows for those synchro summons during your opponent's turn, which is actually really good. This is what the deck does. It synchro summons during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, and it's just really cool. The Zings do have like the effects, like the elements have their own synchro effects, which is like really cool. For example, Suwani, when this guy's used for a synchro summon, that monster gains 500 attack and defense. It makes Baxia, so this guy go up to 2-8 attack and then 3-1 defense. So if you just do it in defense mode, shuffle things back into the deck. But I'll get back into that later. And also when like they're also exploded, so if this guy's destroyed, you can then special summon another Zing monster in defense mode. It's the same with Earth, where this guy is destroyed, you special summon another Zing in defense mode. And if this guy's used for a synchro summon, that monster's then immune by battle. So then you can just like making Baxi example, if you made it with Earth and Fire, you can just crash with Felgrand or any like 28 beta, and it's like really effective and stuff. Cool. And then the next Zings, I was only playing 2 waters because I found like this card was like pretty dead. Because he has 2 defense, your opponent like can't actually get over it if they don't XE. And if they XE someone, you can just like stop it with like your traps. So you only ever needed 2 waters, which actually won me a game against Noble Knights, which is pretty cool. And pretty much when this guy's destroyed, you summon the Zing in attack mode, so it's different to Earth and Fire as it special summons in attack mode. And when this guy's used for a synchro summon, that monster is immune to traps, so you can make what could you make? You can actually make a Go-Yo Guardian with like the light, Earth, and this guy. So Go-Yo Guardian, immune to traps and immune to battle, which is actually pretty strong. The last Zing cards I played were the 2 wins. Same with Zing Water, Bixie, just because like the high defense, they're not actually that great. You would prefer to have like an Earth or a Fire that you can just like keep attacking and just hopefully they'll just run over it eventually. Yes, and this guy makes your synchro monsters immune by spells. So you can get by wind, water, and then fire, which is that. What is that? That's like 7, and then you can then get your tuner to make Baxia or any other level 8, which makes it immune by like spells, traps, and has a 500 attack boost, which is like it uses up 4 cards, but if he gets it off, you can then shuffle 4 of your opponent's cards back into the deck. But I'll get back into that later because it's such an amazing card, best card in the deck. Once you get it off, and then for the last everything else, I played 2 Muskmillions. You only ever need 2 because the third one will be dead because you can't use this effect if you control a level 5 or high monster. So if you already control like a synchro monster, you can't actually use Muskmillion's effect. And then you can't special summon any other monsters except for the extra deck, the turn you activate his effect. So like if you lost a field, you can just go Muskmillion into Earth, make Black Rose, or you can go into Fire and make you can make Bixie, Baxia, Stardust, Scrap Dragon, or like any other level 8s really. And it's such a really good card, but like you only ever need the 2, like that's all I need to say about it. And then the last 2 monsters that I'm maining were the 2 Maxi. You can actually brick with this deck quite a lot, it's pretty funny. So you just main the Maxi, so they go spazzing on their turn, you just go drop Maxi. You can draw some cards, and hopefully you draw a monster, because like the reason I lost against Lights 1 Rulers was because I didn't draw a monster, and when I did, he just like end-phase compulsed, and I was like, oh. And I just got wrecked. It was actually really embarrassing. And against Gigia, I just didn't like draw any monsters or like anything to get around what my opponent had, and it was just really annoying. Yeah, and so that's it for the monsters. And then for the spells, playing the 3 Zing Path. This card's amazing. Like, you would only ever like use like 1 or 2 of these. Like, I think I only ever use like 1 of them in any game, but you actually need one. You need to draw into it because it shuffles your Zings back into your deck. It's just to draw 2 cards, so you can draw like another Zing monster, or you can just draw into like traps and stuff. It's such a good card, and it gives you so much more advantage. And then like, I'm also maining like 2 MSTs. I don't like Upstart. Upstart's actually a really bad card. Because, like, really, Upstart replaced MST for me, and I find just maining the MST was actually so much better, because it's a card that you want to main. Then you're playing 2 Soul Charge. You can pay 3,000 life points to get out your 3 monsters, and make that backseat and shuffle 3 things back into the deck, which is a lot when you think about it. It's like 3,000 life points, but it's sometimes worth it, because it's so amazing. Then you have like the 1 Dark Hole, because the thing about the Zings are, they get their effect if they're destroyed by your card effect as well, so you can go Dark Hole, Torrential, Needle Sealing, and they'll all get their effects, and you can just clear your opponent's monsters, and you can just go off, which is cool. And that's it for the spells, so it's like, I don't know, like 10 spells? Oh, it was 8, oh, I was pretty close. Then for the traps, which is the best card in the entire deck, Zing Creation. I only ever got this card like 3 times max during the tournament of like 6 rounds. Yeah, but like when you actually get Zing Creation off, you just get a free monster and you just make synchros so much more consistent, and you just go off and it's like so good. If they don't get rid of Zing Creation, you're just going to be in a really good position. And it's pretty much like it's any monster got destroyed. So if you summon Muscamillion and they went like, I don't know, Torrential for some reason, you still get you can still special summon from Zing Creation, which is like, it's why this card's amazing. It's so good. And the next traps I play with like the 3 Call of the Haunted. You're gonna have a lot of monsters in the graveyard, hopefully. So you can just like go Call of the Haunted, make like your synchro plays a lot easier. Because keeping in mind that your light one can special summon itself from the graveyard when a Zing monster is destroyed, so you can it's a pretty cool combo. Like if you have Zing Creation and like say for example Bixie was destroyed, you can then go special light from the graveyard, use Bixie's effect and then Zing's effect, so you can then get out your this is a really bad example, Fire and Earth, just simply because you already had a light in the graveyard, you had Zing Creation. And then, because it's still your opponent's battle phase, you can then sync for 8 and make backseat, which is so good. And I'll get back into this card later because it's so amazing. Yeah, so you have the 3 Call of the Haunted, which is, yeah. 3 Breakthroughs. I prefer Breakthrough over Phoenix Chain because you don't actually care if your monsters get destroyed by battle because you can just special summon again. And Breakthrough just like gets around Abyss Dweller like a lot easier, and same with Fellground because you can just like banish from the graveyard and stuff, which is good. And then for like just the generic traps, the Solemn Warning, Pulse, Bottomless, and Torrential. Torrential's really good in this deck. Like your opponent can just go off and just go Torrential. And then the last 2 traps are 2 Mirror Force because there aren't many like hands like hat players. And Mirror Force just wrecks people if you actually get it off. It's pretty cool. You can like destroy like your entire opponent's field, which is amazing. And that's it for the traps. Okay, for the extra deck, this is a pretty long video. I'm just playing 2 backs here. You can shuffle them back into the extra deck with Path, so you don't actually need the 3rd one. Pretty much, when this guy's synchro summoned, you can shuffle cards. You can target cards on the field equal to the amount of different attributes you used for a synchro summon and shuffle them back into the deck. And because it's shuffled back into the deck, like this card becomes so strong because you can just get rid of everything, and you just summon them during your opponent's turn. So if he like sets a card in main phase, you can synchro summon, shuffle everything back, and then just go for this massive OTK. And then he also has this other effect that you can destroy a card you control and then special summon a Zing monster from your graveyard. So if you summon a Zing monster, you can destroy it, special summon one from the graveyard, and then you can get the effect of the Zing monster you just destroyed, so you can get out like more monsters, and it's like, it's so cool, it's really good. And yeah, I probably went into him like most in today. It was like really cool. And then for everything else, I played the one misspelled Colossus. I feel like you needed the level 3 Synchro just because you make it with Bixie and Chewin, so he's immune to traps and stuff. And he's pretty good during like your turn as well. The one Arium, never made him, but it was a level 4 tuner. One Catasta, it's really good. It gets around like a lot of cards. One Amides. It's really cool. You can either get him up to like 2/8 or just like immune to like spells and traps if you use like 2 winds, water, and like light. It's pretty cool. The one Go Guardian, it just wrecks your opponent. Honestly, you can make this guy immune to traps plus like immune to battle. So it's just like it's pretty strong. One Ancient Sacred Wyvern. He's actually really good because you can actually OTK with your opponent if you have a Baxia on the field, and if you can make Ancient Sacred Wyvern, you can attack with Baxia. This thing should then go up by 28 if you use Fire for Baxi and just swing for game. It's actually a pretty good combo that I did once, I think. Then the one German Black Rose because I don't have a translation. Stardust, Scrap Dragon. You can just destroy your Yang Zing. Special summon. It's pretty cool. One Crimson Blade if I ever had the mirror. One Leo. Because you can make this guy immune to by spells, traps, 500 attack stronger. It's so cool. And then for the final cards that aren't synchros are the Abyss Dweller and Exciton Knight. And before I wrap this up, I should mention that the best card in the deck being Yang Zing Creation. When you control this card, you can only actually special summon synchro monsters. So if Yang Zing Creation's on the field, you can't XE summon, unfortunately. But that doesn't matter because you play really good synchros, hopefully. And that's it for the deck profile. So remember, if you like this video, please like it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Pro Custard signing out.